Thank you, Karin. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good today. My name is Faisal Sharif Yankambari. I'm the founder of Vision Future Consulting, and I'm also working as a financial advisor. So today, I'm really pleased to basically be here with you today to present you the tools to start a business plan, because we know I've been doing it for 3 years, and something that we really saw in the community, especially, is that it's really hard for people, especially in our community, to get funding to start their businesses. So that is basically what we do at Vision Future Consulting. We assist our different people, especially in the community, to get funding at the end. So I'm working closely with No Beep, that especially in that matter. And today, yes, today I'll be really pleased to basically present you little tips and little tools that you can use in your way, and like different ways that you can use to basically make your business plan more appeal to funders. So I'll go ahead and share my screen if you don't mind. That would be basically the best way to go about it, because I do have a little case study that I would just want to use, a little example that we use to basically present a business plan today. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. You just let me know if you can see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Great. Yes, yes, we can see it now.
Okay, perfect. All right. So by the end of this webinar, the goal will be for participants that will be here to understand how to convert the ideas into a structured business plan that appeals to the banks, to the bank agencies, or investors here in Canada. So, like, have a strong business plan is really important, because the funders needs to they don't just not need to see your vision, but they need to see evidence of the market. They need to see planning. They need to see financial viability, and they need to see also execution capacity. So I'll go ahead and basically present it. So just to present like really quickly, Vision Future Consulting, like I said, so we're business based here in Northern Ontario, in Sudbury. So our goal, we assist our different customers, clients, by starting the business. So we go from registration and corporation, we give them the right structure, and we also craft them with like a strong business plan, because we know I would say the biggest difficulties for mostly entrepreneurs and like business owners is to get funding, is to get the funds to like run the business properly, right? So our goal at the end is basically help our different people that we assist to get the funds that they need to run the business like that they wanted to run it. So the content today will be pretty simple. So we basically go from the world of a business plan. I'll go ahead and show you a step-by-step guide by using the case study, and also making your business plan attractive to funders. And at the end, I'll just show you different funding resources or tools that you can use to make to get funding at the end for your business. So the rule of your business plan is pretty simple, right? So the business plan is not just not a document. It's more than a document. It's your operational and financial roadmap, right? So for founders, it's a proof that you thought through your business rigorously. So lenders want to see clarity, they want to see realistic assumptions, and they want to see a credible revenue model. Because like the most important thing when you submit a business plan to a funder, they want to see if your, like, let's say if your numbers and what you say in your business plans make sense, right? So that's why you need to make sure like it's mostly realistic and also it's credible, right, for them before they're willing to basically give you any type of fund. Because like let's say if you just take an example, if you never manage, for example, a 200,000 200,000 loan for yourself, it'll be really hard for your business to get that same amount, right? Especially if you run the business alone, right? So basically, I will just show you today using the case study of Peter. So Peter is a part-time teacher here in Sudbury, and he wants to open a small barbershop. So by using, let's have a look at different ways that Peters can build his business plan. So the first thing that you need to have in your business plan is the executive summary, right? So the executive summary for you, basically, it's your pitch, right? It's your pitch. It should be really concise, maybe 1 or 2 page maxes, summarizing the business plan, the market opportunity, and unique advantage that you have compared to your competitors. So for Peter, if you use, for example, Peter can say, okay, I'm a full-time teacher, I'm a part-time teacher in Sudbury with over 7 years of barbering experience that I gained through weekend and freelance work. And I want to open a small barbershop called Peter Classic Cuts, located in high traffic neighborhood in Sudbury, maybe the New Sudbury or the South End. So the goal would be to provide affordable, reliable, and high quality grooming services to students, professionals, or family. So I'm seeking funding to start the barbershop, purchase essential equipments, cover my initial lease and renovation expenses. I have a credit score of like 650 because the credit score is really important. I would just basically show it later in the presentation. So I have a credit score of 650, and I made an income of 50,000 as my part-time teaching work. So I can put money towards also my business, but I need some of it from you, from the funders, to basically be able to run the business properly. So that would be the executive summary, 1 or 2 page maxes to show it, okay, basically like the goal at the end, and like present the business, resume the business, and show the goal at the end of the funds. So the description of the business, so you need to make sure that to explain what your business does, why it exists, and why it's different from your competitors, right? You need to include your vision, your mission, legal structure. So it might be like proprietorship, sole proprietorship, and corporation, partnership, but you need to explain that in your description here. So for example, for Peter again, you can say, okay, Peter Classic, so welcoming sole proprietorship business. It will be community focused, offering classic haircuts, hair trims, and modern grooming services. The mission will be to create a comfortable environment where clients will be valued and they'll be looking confident, right? So the business will start with 1 share. So he explained correctly that he will be the only one, since it's a sole proprietorship, he will be the only one working in the business. So the business will start with 1 share, operated by myself, in order to control costs and maintain service quality. And you can start like that in the future. If you want, you can hire more employees if the business grows. And the market analysis, so that's something that is really important also. So it shows that it shows to your funders. The funders can be the banks, can be the government. It shows to your funders that you did your research, right? Because you don't really start a business without doing any research. You need to know, let's say, if the business they need, like the funders needs to know if the business have the means to be run in the long term. Because like most of the business here in Canada, they likely they have a huge let's say, especially the small business, they have a huge chance of closing before 2 years. After 2 years, like we can say that the business has been running, the business is really let's say it's really strong, it's making its way. So but we see that most business they close before 2 years, and that's basically the reason why. It's just people don't really make the research before jumping into the business, right? And for Peter, it can be, let's say, the market analysis would be, let's say, you can say, for example, that there's a few barbershops in downtown in Sudbury. So we know there's a few barbershops in downtown, but neighborhoods like New Sudbury in the South End, they still represent an opportunity for growth because there's not enough barbershop in those areas. So you can use that. And his advantage would be, let's say, he would be able, since he's a part-time teacher, you'll be able to work late nights, right? So mostly the students, like they have, let's say, for example, students are working professionals. They're really busy during the day. So they don't really have the time maybe to get a haircut during the day. And maybe later the day, that can be, let's say, a niche for him to basically get those students and those working professionals to basically to get the haircuts, right? So that would be his competitive advantage and the market analysis that he does for his business. And after that, so you need to explain also what you offer, what you sell, right? So your products and services. So you need to detail exactly what you sell. You need to be specific. Let's say if it's a restaurant, you need to be specific about the menu and the prices, right? If it's a tech company, like for example, the features that you offer, and let's see if it's a consulting service, for example, you can explain like the different services that you offer. So, but you need to be really precise regarding the products and services because the people, like the person that will basically take your business plan, he needs to understand it as the simplest as possible, right? Don't really use any like especially for tech companies, don't use really like really techy words, right? Make sure it's like pretty simple, straightforward so the people reading your business plan can really understand what you're trying to say. So, for example, for Peter here, like since it's like we don't have enough time, I just resume it for you. But for Peter, I can say my service will include like the haircuts, the bird trims, the kid cuts, and retail products as like the oil, shampoo, pomade, etc. Right? And in the future, you can say, okay, as I grow, I can plan to add more services towards my business, maybe loyalty program, loyalty membership that I can also add towards the business. Now, also marketing, sales, and strategy. That's also really important because we know today that if you have a business, the the only way to get your business out there is by doing really good marketing, right? Because like the competition is really strong today, and you need to make sure that you expose your business out there, right? So you need to explain also how you going to market your business. So this can go from, let's say for Peter here, this can go from social media. The social media today, as we know, it's a really, really big part of the let's say of the business operations. So social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, this is really important to expose your business to others. You can also have local partnerships. Like for example, here in Sudbury, you can have local partnerships with No Beep because we know No Beep expose all different business in the community out there. You can have like let's say I don't know, the gyms, the school, like any institution organization also. Um, Digital also be on Google. Google is really important also. And events, right? People tend to forget events. So make sure you be at events. That's really important. So we know, for example, they organize with the Afro Heritage Association. They organize the Black History Month Gala. So try to be in those different events, try to market, try to network and expose your business out there. So that's also a really important thing to include in your business. And operation plan and team now. So the operation plan and team, that part, you need to explain how your business will operate on a day-to-day basis, right? This is critical because you need to demonstrate how you're going to execute what you're saying in your business plan. So for example, let's say for Peter here, you can say, okay, I can start with small lease, right? 1 or 2 shares, like you said, because you'll be working alone in the first year or so. So you can start with small lease and let's say a small area also, a small place also to start his business. The team will be him alone. He'll be working, you can say he'll be working late nights, like after working hours until a bit late nights, and also especially in the weekend, on extended hours on the weekend. That's also which will show exactly how he's going to operate his business. The equipment also, you can use the different clippers, chairs, and etc. And the booking system would be like walk-in and online appointments, for example. Now, I want to say one of the most important thing of your business plan will be the financial projection. So this is often the hardest, but the most important section because that's what the funders will need to see. Like at the end of the day, like what you see in your business plan need to make sense, but the numbers don't lie, like they said. So you need to make sure that the numbers make sense, right? So the funders they will basically scrutinize financial projections. So they need to be realistic, they need to be transparent, and they need to be defensible. So by defensible, we mean you need to basically be able to let's say discuss about it because discussion can happen when you basically apply for funding. So you need to be able to explain why you basically use those costs. All right. So for Peter here, you can say we need to start 15 to 25,000, and those 15 of 25,000 will be used to, let's say, buy a chair, and like maybe the chair can cost 2,000, equipment 3,000, the lease for the first few months, for example, like 3,000. Like insurance can be 1,000. So you need to explain exactly where everything will go in the financial projections. And usually the financial projections, like what the funders need to see, you need to include the projections for, let's say, 1 to 3 years most of the time, right? So you need to see if your business will basically be able to scale with time. So and you need to see also how you're going to get your clients, like how much you'll be charging your clients. So people expect to have like maybe 15 to 20 clients per day, an average price of like $25 to $30. So that's a good price here in Sudbury for a haircut, for example. And that would be basically generate cash flow. And as you need to also explain why you're able to manage those funds, because sometimes the mistake that can happen is that, okay, I can request some money, but I'm not able to explain how I can manage those funds, right? Because maybe in my track record, you need to have a track record, right? In my track record, I've never been able to manage those type of funds. So this is really important to explain also when you apply for funding, right? So for example, Peter can say, okay, me as a part-time teacher, I'm making 50,000 per year as a part-time teacher. So I'm able to put like maybe 5,000 of my own funds in the business. And in the past, I had a car loan of, let's say, I had a car loan of 45,000, and I never missed a payment in my car loan. So if I get 15 to 25,000, there's a big chance that I won't miss any payments, because at the end of the day, the fund is just to make sure that your business won't close, right? So they need to get the money back some way, right? So you need to explain why you're able to, like, let's say, like get money from them and pay them back, and maybe in the future also increase that, because like they want to fund you, but they want to make sure that you're able to pay them back, and you're able also to, like, let's say, continue the business with them in the future. So by showing that that you can manage funds and pay them back on time, and maybe in the future also scale and like request more funds, there's a big chance that also the funds that you're looking for, you'll be able to get those funds, right? And yes, so you can apply for a small business loan through the banks or through the BDC and other community futures organizations that offer funding. So that was the case study for Peter. That was pretty straightforward. Like I wanted to explain that to you. So now making your business plan attractive, different tips you need to be, need to be clarity and professionalism. Real data also. Make sure you do your research. Make sure there's due diligence when you basically when you craft your business plan. Proof of concept, readiness, and skin in the game. Skin in the game, by that I mean, like, make sure you explain that maybe you have a little bit of experience and you're trying to basically get more of your experience out there by starting that business. And different tips also that you can use. We know we have also AI today that can help you like craft your business plan. AI is good, but make sure like you also use your own data, and make sure you do your due diligence, even if you have to let's say work with a professional, or like let's say an organization like Mobib, to have your business plan reviewed. So I'm just going to show the different funding sources in Canada. So where you can get, let's say, funding. you have the traditional banks, right? So your bank, where you do your business, your personal business, there's a big chance that your bank would be because they already have data on you, they already have information on you. So there's a big chance that the business will continue if you basically request a small business fund or business loan, for example. So you also have like lenders like Futurepreneur that offer different programs, different funding programs, and also basically consulting also for your business on a touch base basis. There's also the program of Créavenir of Desjardins for like small business and young people who want to start a business. So they offer a really good program, especially if your business haven't done the 2 years. So that's a really good program that they offer. They use your personal data to basically fund you. That's a good program. You have the BDC, the Development Bank of Canada, that also offer different good programs. So you have different small business financing or the credit unions financing out there also where you can request funds also. Apart from that, also you have the government grants. So, compared to the banks where you have to pay it back for your loans, for example, the grants you don't have to pay it back. There's restrictions, there's conditions to get the grants, but as soon as you work your way towards it, there's a big chance that you can also benefit from the government grants. Like for example, Ontario Startups or the Starter Company Plus, that's also a good program. The funding platforms like Fundica. So for example, Fundica, it's a platform where you can basically that offer little tips and also little let's say little loans to like basically to assist you with your application, right? And you also have equity investors. So by equity investors, it can be your friend, it can be your neighbor, it can be someone from your family. So that's someone that can put money towards your business that you might know, like, or maybe a private loan that you do, maybe with like someone that you know. That's also a source that you can rely on to start and run your business. So now the tools, there's different tools at your disposition to craft your business plan. So you have the Ontario Startups Plus Business Plan Builder. I will share the link at the end. I will just share the link at the end, but I just wanted to talk about it. So the Business Model Canva on the Ontario Startup again. The Chamber of Commerce of Canada also offer little tips how to write a business plan. Also BDC. BDC also offer like many tips on how to write your business plan and make your business plan attractive to funders. They also offer a template that you can use and follow the templates to craft your business plan. And also a lot of other tools that you can have, right? Tools that we know at your disposition around you. So you have your local support, your community, right? That can basically help you out by let's say helping you out if you know someone that ran the business already. That person can also be like a resource for you to basically help you out with your business plan. There's no beep here, so no beep can assist you like really on a day-to-day basis with your business plan. There's a regional business center here in Sudbury. There's a Black North, since we're not in Ontario. There's Black North Initiative also as an organization, as a non-profit organization that offer different tools to basically craft your business plan. You can also have professional support, so people that you can work with, let's say different companies, private companies, that can basically help you out with your business plan. And also the financial institution. So your financial institution also, like I said, right, they want to keep the business with you. So make sure you touch base with your business advisor to basically help you out also with different ways how you can build your business plan. So yes, so basically that will be the presentation today. I know we didn't have enough time, but just want to make sure that the information is passed out there. So I will take your questions. Maybe the questions session will basically help us to basically understand more on this topic. And like I said, right, so basically, so you can download the business plan templates, or you can use different tools at your disposition. craft your business plan. There's many tools out there. There's AI, like I said, but make sure like you use AI and make sure you do your due diligence by using the AI. You can also basically rely on Nubib. So Nubib is here to assist you to basically start your business, run your business. So make sure you rely on you make sure you like contact Nubib. You can contact people like me also directly. So my information will be at the end of the meeting. So if you want to like let's say discuss a little more further about it. So yes, so we'd be really happy, Nubib and me would be really happy to assist you with your business plan, your business, any type of question that you might have. So I hope this information has been really helpful to you today. And yes, the floor is open. I'll be taking your questions now. Thank you very much.
Uh, Thank you so much, Faisal, and for the presentation. And for me, it was clear. And I don't know if you have any questions. You can. The floor is open for questions. Oh, I see. Agatha is asking if you will share this presentation with us as a PDF.
Yeah, I won't share the PDF, but I will share all the links. And if Agatha is interested, like for example, for the case that we did for the barber shop, we can sit down and like do another like if she wants basically to if you want Agatha, if you want to like let's say have a case study on something that you're working on or maybe an idea, I'll be really glad to sit down with you and discuss with you. But the presentation will be shared, but the links will be shared with the at the end of the meeting for sure.
Okay, so good to know. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Faisal. Karen missed my hand. My hand was up. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your presentation. I just wanted to say, as a new entrepreneur, if I wanted to build my business plan with AI, what are some of the insights that you can share with me to guide me through that process as somebody who's just beginning and I'm not so sure on like using AI?
Okay, so like I said, AI is really good to help you out, let's say, with all the verbatim, like all the maybe the data also. So make sure you ask your AI to make the research, right? Because sometimes you can just write on the AI, okay, craft me a business plan for a barbershop Sudbury. It will just run, it will just run like produce something that might not be really realistic, right? So make sure you do your research because the information that the AI has is an information that is basically on the internet, right? But the internet might not be the reality. So make sure you also basically as soon as you produce your business plan with AI, just like I said, like make sure you turn to your professional to basically review the business plan with you, right? Since you're basically starting and you wanna like say have insights, like make sure you turn to a professional. Make sure you can also turn to Mobib, for example, to have your business plan reviewed because the AI, like I said, the AI can be the information might not be realistic sometimes. So make sure you try to have your business plan review with a professional, like I said.
Thank you very much, Faisal. So
I
AI
don't know
is
if that
great.
responds to your
It
question.
does.
Yeah.
It does
Okay.
that. It does help, but how you prompt the AI matters and the information you get because AI also hallucinates. So it's you always
Yes,
have to check with like professionals and double check, like do research on multiple platforms and also consult like professionals. Thank you so much.
that's right. Thank you.
Faisal, from your
Yes.
experience, what is the most common gap you see in business plan when entrepreneurs apply for funding?
The gap, huh? Like you want to say the mistake maybe,
Yeah.
or
Yes.
yes, like the most common, I won't say mistake, but the most common misinformation, like I say, is mostly like I said, important parts financial
Mm.
projections. Because at the end of the day, just to be honest with you, because since I'm working in the financial area, most of the time, like the business plan can be like 20 page, right? So, and the business advisor has like, I don't know, like 30 files on the go. So he doesn't have the time to go through all the steps one by one, right? So you need to be precise on what you do, but the financial projection would be need to be the most important part. So that's where they mostly focus on. So it needs to be realistic because, like I said, right, someone who has never managed, like for example, I don't know, a loan of 500,000 and it's not making like for example, he's never managed 500,000 as personal loan. It's really hard for him to go and say, okay, I want to start a business and I need 500,000. I want to start a business myself and I need 500,000 to basically run my business to a bank. Like the bank will basically be, I don't know, like you need to have a track record, right? So the funding needs to be realistic. And if, let's say, for if your personal position doesn't allow you to get the funds that you need, and maybe try to partner with someone, right? Because the partnership also is really important in business. Maybe try to partner with someone. That person can also bring more funds or more partnerships into your business. And also, like people mostly focus on only one institution most of the time. So you usually deal with your personal, let's say, where you have your personal business. But sometimes it's really good to shop around, right? Because for business it's really different. Personal and business is really different. There's lenders that are really good for personal, and those lenders that are really good for businesses. So make sure you shop around. And if you need to have, I don't know, 3 business accounts, 3 different lenders, make sure you do that, right? So at the end of the day, you need to get what you need to run your business. So make sure you shop around. Like at the end of the day, it's just business, and you shop around and make sure like your projections are really realistic. Make sure you do due diligence on the products and the service that you offer, and make sure it's already explained in the business plan. There's no I won't say there's no shame in starting small and growing, right? So you can start small and grow with time. There's no shame in that. Sometimes people want to start really big right away. So yeah, make sure I don't know, like they say, Rome hasn't been built in one day, right? So make sure you start small most of the time and grow with time. So there's no shame in that.
Okay, thank you so much, Faisal. Okay, that answers my questions. Okay, is there any more questions to ask? Okay, I see there's one question from Ayodeji. Does business plan has a range of volume that can it be voluminous, or is there a standard range of pages number?
Okay, that's a really good question. There's not a standard, right? But all the points that I explained, you need to have all those points. Even if your business plan is 10 page, as long as it's precise and really, let's say, informative on the information that you offer, it's good. There's no usually what we saw in the industry is about like between 10 to 20 pages, right? Depending also on the type of business that you're trying to open, right? If you want to open, let's say, I don't know, a business that offer many features, it can take more information to fill compared to a business like where just only one service. So there's no standard, but make sure all the points are in your business plans and make sure it's really explained like realistically and truly.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Okay. Another question from Sam. Is it okay to have a change of plan when the initial plan isn't working?
That's another good question. It depends where you are basically, where you already are in your business, right? So if you already started the business or you're running the business and you have a change of plan, there's likely that you'll have basically to either depends on also on the type of service that you offer. If it's service like really similar, you can just do there's a little bit of switch. But if it's something like completely different, they might likely have to start a new business. But if it's like, let's say if you're trying to, let's say start your business and you have a change of plan during the process, I mean, that's fine, right? Things can happen. You can find a better idea. So no, there's no basically no problem with that. So we can have a change of plan. Just discuss with your business advisor. And if you already submitted your business plan to your funder, just discuss with them and say, okay, I did a change of plan. Can this work? Right? And he will let you know if it works or no. Right. So there's no problem with that at all.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions before we start with the second topic? Mhm. Mhm. So, Faisal, let's say, what are, if you have to come up with 5 things that's in the business plan that can attract an institution or founders, what should it be?
5 things. That's a really, really good question. Uh, 5 things. I would say financial first, because like I said, the financial needs to be on point. So make sure your financial is on point for the one, 1 to 3 years at least, right? Sometimes the circumstance can be 1 to 2, but make sure you can add a third year, right? So this can be really interesting. Another thing would be your experience. So show that you have experience to basically start what you're doing, right? Maybe you've done it for like I don't know non-profit, or you've done it on your free time, and just want to like get now profit out of it. So that's your experience. Show your experience. Show also that you have the means, right? So you can basically a track record, like I said, right? So um, that's something that we don't usually see when we apply for business. Make sure you explain to the funder, okay, this is what I did on my personal credits. This is what I have on my personal loans, my personal information, and this is what I can have. Let's say if you're willing to basically fund, right? Just show that you have credibility if you get those funds. Also scaling, right? So make sure that your business scale, because sometimes you just want to do it as a side also. Like if you want to do it as a side also, that's different, right? But most of the time when you get to the funding parts, they want to see like a business that might be able to scale with time. So make sure like you show that your business will scale. Like I will have more employees. I will offer more services. I will basically market my business out there. So make sure like the scaling is on point. And the third one is the business relation, right? So make sure, like say, to explain to your business advisor, because at the end of the day, it's business. So make sure that you explain to your business advisor, okay, like that should be, let's say, I would say, you'll be happy to work with him in the long term, right? So maybe like I don't know, like try to get in touch with them. Sometimes it can be also like I don't know, like if you offer a service, try to like I don't know, offer a service to him, to his family. So make sure you run the business relation with time. That also helps. Like I want to say like we're all objective in the industry, but also things like that might really help in the future also, right? So yeah, that's maybe the 5 things that I can say that can basically put more more weight on your application.
Thank you so much, Faisal, for the insightful session and for answering to the questions. And we'll go, it's 9:45 now, and we're going to start the second topics with Kirby. Kirby, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you.
everyone. I hope you're all doing good. Everybody's doing great. And
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here with you guys. I'm very excited about this topic. This is a topic that I'm very fascinates me. And I'm looking forward for lots of questions at the end. Collaboration is a great topic. And I got to say this, I'm here because of what we're going to speak about, today. And so if that is something that you wanted to learn how to collaborate and how to do to connect with people, well, you're at the right place. My name is Kirby, and I have this business called Kirby Steven Leadership, and it's focusing on helping leaders, entrepreneurs, and business owners just like you under 40 years old who are starting out, emerging, and growing to learn to lead. To lead yourself, lead your business, lead your community, and whatever that you want to do, to learn to do it with people, right? And so I'm a people-oriented, focused person. I've been doing this for 4 years now, just training people and growing leaders for the community, the business, and whatever industry that you're on. I work with teams and especially emerging business owners. I'm also a ordained minister. So right now I am full time leading a church in Sunridge, Ontario. So this is where I reside, and I lead about 200 people. We're building a team. We're building ministries. We're helping our community, and we connect people with their inner with the inner growth with their faith. So this is something I'm very passionate about. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and talking with people is my bread and butter. So if my mouth don't work, I don't work. So I love talking and I love just doing this presentation. What I would like for you to do right now, as you are entering in, as you are going in, and we had an amazing workshop from Faisal. I hope you're taking notes. Do you see my slides? Awesome. So I hope you're taking notes because we're going to see a lot of stuff today. And today, my mission is to excite you to collaborate. Excite you to collaborate. So if you are in the chat, I would love to see you afterwards in the chat. See who's writing. So don't be afraid to participate. Don't be afraid to ask your questions. We're not going to answer them now, like we already know. But at the end, I would love to entertain your questions because I want to see people like you growing and lead in your community. So one of the ways for you to grow is to collaborate. Collaboration is the bread and butter, especially in the North. Now, if I will give you a little story here, is that since I moved, so I was born in the South. I was not born in the South. I come from the South. I was born and raised in Montreal, Quebec. So I had a little journey to come here. But definitely, if you since I've been in the North, one of the things that you will find as you're growing in the North, whether you're in Sudbury, whether you're in North Bay, or in a village like me in Sunridge, that here the way to grow in your business as a leader in everything that you do is about collaboration. It's about networking. It's about building with others. So if you want to grow, not only you have to great business plan, and that's a perfect thing to do, but you have to learn to collaborate. You have to learn to work with others. And for some of us, it might be something that is a given that is pretty much clear. But if there's some of you who want to learn how to do that, this is one of my favorite topics. So collaborate to grow. We want to learn by the end of this how to build a strategic partnership in the North. Okay, in the North. And I want to say, I come from the South, it's very different in the North. Since I've been in the North, I had to learn a few things how people manage here. I've been from big cities, from Montreal, and I am in a small village right now with 1,000 people. And building the business in two different ways, in two different cities like this, is very different. It's very daunting as well, and it's very different. And to learn how to do that, this is something that you're going to learn if you're going to learn to do here. So, why collaboration matters in the North? There's multiple challenges here that you will find in the North. that you will not find anywhere else. Okay. In the north, like you probably live in the North Bay or in Sudbury, it's a little bigger cities, but still it's not Toronto. Okay. It's not Toronto, it's not Montreal. It's the north. There's many challenges here that you will find as you build your business that you will have to also take into account while you build your business and while you try to collaborate. So the collaboration matters here in the north because this is a mostly rural place. There's northern challenges, there's limited resources. And because there's limited resources here, people share their strength. Okay. So up here, what I found since I've been here, building my business, building this community with my church, is about people building with one another. People work with one another. People share their resources because it's limited and they share their strength. So you have to be a person here that understand sharing, that understand collaboration. And here in the North, I found that collaboration actually drives innovation, visibility, and growth. Now you would say, Kirby, listen, this is where everybody is doing. I would argue that this is true. However, in the north here, right, in these few cities that I've been so far, in the few expositions or events I've been so far, people know each other. And by collaborating with each other, there's an exponential growth that happens. So even if you are a barber, but you collaborate, I have in my village a fitness. There's only one gym here. But in another village, 15 minutes away from where I am, there's another gym there. And the way they collaborate together sometimes, just because of geographical and what they offer, is amazing. And both are growing visibly, and they are able to innovate because they're able to collaborate and inspire each other, not only focus on competition. And this is something that we're going to have to learn here in the north, is because as you're growing here, collaboration is what you will require to innovate and grow visibly, right? So this is something that I want you to know. In the north, we don't, this is what I've heard, okay? And I've experienced so far. In the north, we don't grow alone. We grow together. Now, I know building a business is not easy. You're not going to have a team with you, but you can have partners. You can have people that believe in you. And it's much easier here in the north than in the south or in Toronto to have people that, even though they may be viewed as competition, right, they actually go in to support you. There's another person that I know. He's doing the same thing I do. He's a leadership coach. He's older than me. He's been doing this for longer time than me, and he's also a coach just like me. But he saw something in me that he doesn't have. He knows people that maybe he can help, but he saw me and said, you know what, Kirby, you're gonna have a better chance helping this person better than I do. So you know what? I will refer you to that person. And you know what happened? I got the client, I got the speaking engagement, or I got the coaching, and that person as well, we created a collaboration now. That person is also growing just because he has been referred. In the north, we don't grow alone. We grow together. So I want you to really have that and take note of that, because this is going to be the mindset that you're going to have to need to grow in the north. Okay, this is very important. Listen, I'm here because I at some point I went to the Perry Sound Nipissing business. I met with Gina and I met with Karine. We shared our passion, and I'm going to share that a little bit later. The importance of that, and what we shared together. We saw already. Okay, let's collaborate. Let's grow. And I'm here today already, and that's less than a year. That just a little bit ago, right? So right away we found common ground, and then we followed through on it, and now I'm here right now. Collaboration matters in the north, and if you want to grow, if you want to expand, if you want to innovate and learn to visibly grow, this is why it matters the most. Okay, so what makes a strategic partnership? There's four things here that I want to share with you. Okay, and Ken again alluded to the conversation I had with Karine and Gina when I met them at their kiosk. Okay, so what makes a strategic partnership is shared mission. When you find somebody, what mission they're part of, even if you're a barber, what is your mission? You in tech, what is your mission? Why are you putting in place right now more than just to make money, right? What is your mission? People will ask you this here. Maybe you can write this in your business plan. My mission is this. And Faisal did a great example of a business statement about the part the with the barbershop. This is why I want to do this. I want people to come here and leave in a way that they feel better about themselves. They build their self-confidence. There's a mission behind me just cutting hair, right? What are your strengths that can complement this partnership, the person that you are bringing, right? When I speak to Karine and Gina, and I heard the mission, I will say, listen, this is that I have something that can complement those young business owners, those people who are coming in from international, those people from a culture with the cultural background that we can connect over with Black people, with African people, with people from the international. We can complement that strength, and then we create a value exchange. There's a clear value exchange. What I'm bringing to the table that can be a strategic that can help one another. And it is there an opportunity that we can stay together for long term, right? In the North, let me tell you something. In the North, it's not like having millions of people in Toronto. Okay. In the North, people are looking for stability, long term potential. Are you just here to make a transaction, or are you here to build something in the North? If there's something that I found in the North, is that the North need leaders. They need leaders that will stay. And in my church, I've heard many times saying people just come to get trained, go back down to the South to go to Toronto. So they come to the North to kind of practice, break the ice, and they go to Toronto, and then they're gonna make the millions over there, right? And that could be legitimate. Business is business. Faisal spoke about it. Business is business, right? But people in the North are looking for long-term partnership, right? So if you are only here for a few transactions, right, think about, how can I invest in this collaboration? How can I invest in the long term and see our mission that we have together through, right? So that makes a strategic partnership, shared mission, complementary strength, clear value exchange, and long-term potential. So when you think about it, strategic equal purposeful plus mutually beneficial, right? So there's a purpose to what I'm doing, and I want to share this purpose with somebody, and at the end, it's going to be mutually beneficial, right? So for me here, I love the fact that I have this collaboration with No Beep, because I'm new in the North. I came here a little while ago, and for me, the benefit is like exposure. Oh yeah, it's not gonna. I'm gonna be with people that I know. We understand some of our culture, background, and we have passion for business and entrepreneurship and leadership. Well, this is gonna be beneficial. We're gonna work together for something great here. This is something that I'm very passionate about, and I hope that you understand and you can see the passion and receive it as well. Okay, and take some notes, right? So, who should you partner with? Okay, this is a very important part. Okay, because you don't just want to partner with just everybody you see. You want to make sure that the people that you want to collaborate with connects with you, and you connect with people. Okay, so those are the 5 areas. It might not connect with all of you, but with some of you it might connect. Okay, so that you should think about partnering with. So look for community connectors. Who are the connectors in your area? Who are the people that can make that connect that can make you connect with other people, right? Gina and Karine were, for me, my community connectors, right? I want to connect with international people, with people from my culture. When I saw Gina and Karine, I was like, oh, those are the perfect people that I should partner. Let me go check them out. Let me go talk with them, right? Let me see what they're about. Let me see why they're here. Let me connect. Let me get their story, right? And let me see if they can connect me with other people. There's one thing that you have to understand, and we're going to see it in a little bit later as well. You cannot do this by yourself, right? If you really want to be successful, you have to collaborate. If you really want to grow, you have to collaborate. So you have to find for who are the connectors in this area. Who are the businesses that I can complement with my strength, with my businesses? Who are the industry experts? Who are the mentors? If you're alone and you want to grow, well, find somebody that does it already. Find another barber, find another tech company, find another coach. For whoever that you're doing, there's somebody else who is already doing it in your area, and go get mentorship. Out in the North, people who are successful are not intimidated by a new one coming in. And that is not only pretty much in the North, that's pretty much where the landscape of business. A successful person is not intimidated by the new one comings. Even if they might see as competition, like the coach that I told you about, who became my mentor, who kind of pushed me to where I am today, he didn't really see me as a competition, but as an opportunity to bring me up to help more people, right? So if find somebody that does the same thing, is 5, maybe 10 step ahead of you, and say, hey, what can you tell me that I should learn in this industry? Okay. Depending on what industry you're in, maybe you should connect with local government or local chamber of commerce. One of the first thing I did when I came to my area, my village, is who are the people who is the chamber of commerce here. And I found my chamber of commerce. I put my business, I paid the fee, and I became a member. And really fast, because they need leaders, they need people, they need collaboration. I just became a board director in my chamber of commerce. So connect with people. Find a partner that will push and make you visible and push you to higher heights. And so I just been here for 3 months, and look how collaboration happen. When you look for collaboration, you're looking for growth, you're looking for innovation, and you're looking for success. Okay, schools, college, nonprofits. Okay, look to serve more than to receive. Okay, what can you give? What is about your business can you give? If you're a barber, I'm taking Faisal example. If you are a new barber in town, right? Can you give some of your skills? Can you do some cuts to give people an experience and get to know who you are? This is something very powerful. You do this to schools, college, you go to nonprofits, you align yourself with service more than for your own gain. A lot of things can change. A lot of things can move in your way. So if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, right? And so this is an African proverb, and I love to say it all the time. Okay, so this is very key. Once you understand that, then things are going to change. Okay, things are going to grow. Okay, so this is the framework for collaboration. Okay, so to collaborate, there's 3 things: connect, communicate, and collaborate. Okay, so connect, build relationship. We're going to talk about those 3 for the next 5-6 minutes. Okay, connect, build relationship intentionally, communicate, clarify, be clear about what you bring, and create a win-win opportunity, things that will benefit them and also benefit you. We're not here to just making it for free. We want to make sure that we win as well. Okay, so connection is about relationship first. Everything I do is about relationship, and Faisal spoke to you about it a little bit. Show up where people are. Where there's events, Be there. Talk to people. Present yourself. Bring yourself out there. Be curious. Ask, learn, listen. All those things I've done with Karine and Gina, right? And then I'm here. Look at that, right? Ask, learn, listen, offer a value before asking, right? What can you offer? What can you give? What can you bring? And build trust first, not only transaction. Okay, build trust. There's a phrase. There's a quote that says, "People work with who they know, like, and trust." Okay, so if you want to work with people, if you want to collaborate, build trust more than you want to build transaction. Get to know people's mission. Ask question. Make yourself interesting, even if whatever what you do. Whatever you do can change somebody's world. It depends how you bring yourself to that place. So start always with relationships. Show up where people are and before people come to where you are. Okay. Communicate how to clarify your value. What it's a little bit about what Faisal was saying about his business plan. What problems do you solve? What do you bring to the table? And why you? There's others. Why you? And why now? So here I want for you to create your value statement. Okay. Not only why you work, your value statement. I help blank by doing blank so that outcome. So I help this type of people by this operation so that outcome. Okay. So for example, for me, I help leaders, entrepreneurs, and business owners under 40 by developing their leadership so they can lead with intentionality, consistency, and resiliency so that they can develop and grow their business with intention and influence and impact. That's my world, right? And same thing with pastoring, same thing with my church. I help people in any type of age by preaching, counseling, and caring for them so that their faith may grow and they connect with their with the Lord on that sense, right? So I create this value statement that we have, and that's the formula wherever you go, right? We said in the beginning how many pages it should be. It can be one phrase. When you show yourself to somebody, you know what problem you solve, you know what solution you bring, you know what you bring to the table, and you have this passion about you that nobody else have. You know, you can do the same thing that other people are doing, but because of how you bring about your mission, it's like nobody else is doing but only you. And when somebody's looking at you, it's like, well, there's only one person I'm going to call to make this happen. It's Kirby, it's Faisal, it's Karine, it's Gina, whoever is Thomas Clark. I think there's a Thomas Clark here, right? So it's very important that you bring this value to life. This is very important. This is key, okay? And then collaborate, okay? So you create the win-win. So define your shared goals. When you meet with somebody, you might not agree, you might have the same thing for everything that you do, but what are the shared goals that you have? You know, Gina and Karine, we connected on culture. We connected on entrepreneurship. We connected on leadership. We connected on some of the pain we go through as cultural people, right? I'm Haitian. There's Nigerians, there's Congolese, there's all types of people from different cultures, but we have similar pains that we go through and we understand each other. We speak the same language. So when we have the goals that we're coming together, what happens is that we connect together. And then we clarify the roles and expectation when we come together. What do we expect from each other if I come to work with you, if we're partner, right? And don't be afraid to start small. Not everything will start with a big paycheck. Sometimes you will start by giving, but you are there and you're going to scale because of that. You're going to scale naturally. And then you will be able to measure the impact together and you'll see innovation and growth and success will start to roll. I built my life on this. And when I create this framework, when I experience this framework, then I see the wins. Okay. So collaboration is not an event. Okay. So when you go out and try to partner with people, it's not just you doing an event, it's a culture. So, what is your culture in your business? What is your culture in your enterprise? Whatever you're bringing to the table, what is the culture, the heartbeat, the mission, the drive of what you're doing? And if it might not be in your business plan, but it sure should be in your heart, sure should be in your vocabulary, sure should be in your passion, because collaboration is everything, especially here in the North. All right. So I'm so glad that I was able to do this. I know it's been fast. There's a lot of stuff that I shared, but I want to hear some questions. And if you want to learn to grow and to lead and to build yourself, personal development, this is what I do. You can scan this QR code, and I'm gonna put in the chat the way to connect with me. And we can do that together here, as you grow and connect with people. All right. Thank you so much.
Kirby. Thank you. Okay, that was insightful, and I love the energy. And is there any question for Kirby?
And if you want the presentation, I can give it to you. Just click on the link here and you share your email and I'll send the presentation to you. Go ahead, Gina.
Hi, Kirby. Thank you so much for the presentation. I just wanted to say, for those that are new entrepreneurs and they're just venturing into this world where now they have to network and they have to approach people and make these decisions about like these strategic partnerships they need to make, what is some of the insights that you can give them in like, some people are just like really petrified of like, how am I going to approach Kirby to talk about my business and tell you about my thoughts, and also wanting to learn about whatever you are, what your business is. What are some of the things, some of the tips and tricks that you can give them, and some of the things that they can consider?
So when you, for example, if we have a kiosk, for example, I have a table at an event, and you see, you're doing something, and you see we can collaborate or something like that. Just come with expectation that you can help, right? Come with confidence, right? Come with confidence and know what you're bringing. I have heard a lot of no's in my life. There's some people that I wanted to work with, and I approached myself, and I was a little nervous, and I approached myself, and you know what? It didn't hit. But I approached myself with confidence. And the fact that I was able to do that, it allowed me to get better and better and better. The nerve will always be there, but if you don't start, it's not going to happen. Okay. You have to go into those events. You have to show yourself up. You have to present yourself and bring your mission to life. There is somebody who would want to connect with you and who wants to partner with you. And before you do anything else, bring that to life. Again, like Faisal was saying, if you have a business plan, get to know some of those key points, right? And then when you come into the presentation we just did, the collaborate, just be ready with your mission statement. What is your mission? Say, hey, my name is Kirby, and this is what I do. How can we partner together that we can make your mission come true? And with that, a person like me will say, well, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Let's go for coffee, right? And I'm telling you, this is gonna make success come to your life. That's awesome. Go ahead, Faisal.
Thank you, Kirby.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your presentation, Kirby. That was a really, really good presentation, really impactful. It's a little bit, my question is a little bit like Gina was saying, as someone who's not really out there, how can you approach people to work with, especially, let's say, take an example, if you're not really in the big city and you don't have the means, like, let's say, like the opportunity, like to assist at those events and stuff like that. How can you approach people, maybe over the phone, email? What is your recommendation based on that?
So be on a Zoom call like this for those who are a little bit more shy or timid or don't have the means to travel to go to another city or go places like that, are a perfect way to connect. Okay, so when you come to places like this, there are events that would allow people to save maybe to connect with people, have some small groups in the Zoom chats. So what I do sometimes, I love one of my hobbies is to network, right? So on the opposite side. I love people. I love to connect with people. I'm extra, right? And so I go to Eventbrite. Okay, this is a great resource for people to go to Eventbrite, go to networking sites, and look for events that are online. If you don't, if you cannot travel, are online, Zoom, and go out there to learn something. And you're gonna be with like-minded people, right? Who are there to network just the same. And those networking events are there to connect people together. So what they're gonna do is that they're gonna do this event, they're gonna have a speaker, and then most of the time they're gonna do breakout sessions. And in those breakout sessions, there's gonna be about up to 5 people. You're gonna get to connect with people from your area, right? From your area or maybe outside of the city, maybe a little bit away. And those people, you exchange information, you talk about you present yourself. Your name is so and so. And you're not going to be the only introverts. You're not going to be the only shy people. You're not going to be the only people without means to travel. There's going to be people just like you that's going to be there to be able that you'll be able to connect, get their emails, get their phone number, get the digital business cards like I'm doing right now. The link that I just give you is a digital business card where you can click on it, get all my information, my website, my phone number, and then you start connecting, right? Over the phone, and then you have Zoom conversations, right? And so there's a lot of free events. You don't have to pay money. There's a lot of free events that people just want to go there to exchange business cards and connect with one person. So it's feasible.
Thank you. Thank you for the good tips.
Thank you. Is there any more questions?
Hi, Kirby. It's me again. I just thought about
Sure,
something.
of course.
You spoke a bit about mentorship.
Yes.
Can you touch more on that, on what's the importance of mentorship as
Yeah.
a entrepreneur who's starting, or even an entrepreneur who's been doing it for a while,
Yeah.
and how can they also approach mentors, and what does that look like for them, and how can that be beneficial for their businesses?
So having a mentor, for first of all, you have to be really humble. Okay. Don't come and look for a mentor with a I know it all attitude. Okay. Come with a desire to learn, a desire to grow. There's nothing more gratifying for a person who has done the work before to have someone to come and say, hey, sir, I love what you're doing. I admire your work and I want to do the same thing. Can you teach me? Can you give me some pointers? Can you give me a direction of where I should go? And if you find that now you will find those persons in networking events, or you can look them up online if you want to, and you can approach those people. Now you have to approach them with humility and a desire to learn. Now, one advice that I would say this because we don't have a lot of time, but I can help you if you connect with me with my link. I definitely can help you on that level. But there's one advice that I can teach you here. If you find a mentor, and you find a successful one person that is making money, is successful in your industry, come ready. Don't come with I don't know why I'm here. No, if you want to have a mentor, he's here to help you with his experience. So come with questions, come with a desire to learn, and invest in that mentor as well. Now most mentor will not ask you for money, but if they do, it's a great potential for you to really learn, right? Having a coffee with them, get to know them and build a relationship with them, and you will see how they will really invest in you with their knowledge and wisdom on how you can grow. So be ready, have questions, and be humble, be a student. Don't be a know-it-all.
Thank you very much, Kirby.
Mhm.
Okay, I think that's it. So You have to build trust first
Yeah,
and not just transaction. Correct?
that's right.
Yes.
Build trust.
Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation. And
You're welcome.
okay, so we've reached the end of the 2 English session, and I thank you. Thank you for everyone who has participated. We're now going to take a 10-minute break before we resume with the French sessions at 10:30.